That's very good. Super.
Do you think Terence Crawford is approaching you in the proper way?
I think he's wanted the fight and doing respectful, you know. I want Canelo, I want Canelo.
Dos, tres, cuatro. Eso. Enjoy.
Canelo Alvarez remained unfazed when asked about footage of Floyd Mayweather training with Terence Crawford. While putting in work at the gym, he simply responded, "Enjoy," making it clear that he's focused on his own journey.
Eso. Venga. Cinco, venga. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Eso. Enjoy.
Deontay Wilder recently shared his experience of meeting Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. He praised Mayweather for valuing authenticity, which he believes has deepened their connection. "We're so close now," Wilder revealed, highlighting their growing friendship and mutual respect in the boxing world.
Seen Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford all in the one place, and I know you put that together. You played the game, and you put yourself in a position there to sort of create a moment. And there's a few viral moments from that clips outside. What's that sort of environment like for you? I get a feeling every time I speak to you, you feel locked in. Do you not feel anything when you're around everybody in the gym and you've got to do them spars?
It kind of just feels, back in the day, like, if you asked me this question, I probably would tell you, like, oh, it was so amazing. But now I'm kind of so used to, like,
Regular.
yes, it feels so normal. Like, honestly, that's why me and, like, Floyd is so, like, close now, because it's, like, I'm a genuine person. He like genuine people around.
Canelo Alvarez, widely recognized as boxing's biggest star, responded to Terence Crawford's respectful call for a fight. He acknowledged Crawford's interest and appreciated the absence of trash talk. Confident in his status, Canelo stated, "You never know. Maybe one day I wake up and want to fight that guy," leaving the possibility of a...
Yeah.
What's that mean?
He said you're the most overrated Mexican champion in history. He said that Salvador Sanchez.
Boxeador mexicano. Popular, pero sin causa.
Crazy that guy. And you think he knows boxing? Fuck.
When Terence Crawford said that he moved up and won, Canelo moved up and lost. They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. I don't think that was a strong point because Canelo Alvarez actually moved up and won. I mean, he moved up a lot of weight classes. But if you want to talk about light heavyweight, he moved up and he beat Kobe. Then he moved up again and he lost. And he lost to somebody else. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, he moves up to 154. He won 115, 113. It was against an 11-0 Madrimov who didn't really have much of a right? But there's a difference. He's real. I mean, Billboard is a Hall of Fame. Okay, this guy, all time light heavyweight. It's a bit. Canelo did knock out Kovalev when he did move up. Okay, and Kovalev is a bigger challenge at light heavyweight than Madrimov at 154%.
Canelo made it clear that he wouldn't cut weight to fight Crawford, emphasizing that it was Crawford who wanted the fight, not him. He pointed out that critics would likely call out the size difference, making the matchup less appealing. "Listen," he said, reinforcing his stance on the matter.
Needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. The power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
When he fought Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo was just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight, when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs, and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing weave. That's all what he learned.
Promoter Eddie Hearn shared similar concerns, stating that a fight between Canelo and Crawford wouldn't significantly enhance Canelo's legacy due to the size disparity. Canelo won't get any credit for beating a lightweight, Hearn remarked, reinforcing the notion that Crawford might not be the right opponent.
Fight Canelo really wants, if I'm honest, because I think he feels like he won't get a lot of credit beating a light middleweight. And Crawford's going to move a lot in that fight, which is not ideal for Canelo. But what's his options? I mean, like, you know, if Bivol wins, he could fight him for undisputed. That's a very tough fight. What's the other options? You know, Benavidez is up at 175. Obviously, His Excellency wants to make that fight, so guess we could see it now.
Shakur Stevenson, after meeting both Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, expressed strong confidence in Crawford's abilities. Dismissing concerns about the weight difference, he stated, "I think he can beat Canelo because weight doesn't matter. Skills pay off."
Cause of Bud, like, me truthfully, like, I done got better through the years, like, not even just being in the ring with him, but even being outside the ring, watching his demeanor, watching what he doing in his sparring, watching his training camp, how hard he trained, like, dog, I owe Bud a lot, so I never even talk about too much sparring.
Yeah, I got you.
Sure, everybody just keeps saying, bro, he lighting the ass, the weight. I'm like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, but
about that.
I think skills pay the bills. Yeah. And I feel like, truthfully, he's not as little as people think. Like, people think he's, like, very small.
I can't wait to get the 147.
Yes. He's not as small as, like, people think. It's just he look like it.
Yeah.
So, like, if you see him in
person,
and he get on a scale or something, you wouldn't believe that's his weight.
I told somebody the other day, he might get on the scale weighing like 166, 167 fighting Canelo, and people wouldn't believe how ripped up and cut up he'll still look. He won't look like he's overweight Terence Crawford. He gonna look like a solid Terence Crawford.
I think he beat Canelo though. I've been saying, I remember when he fought when they fought. Go watch an interview after the fight. I literally said I think Terence Crawford will beat Canelo.
Okay, I would say
a long time.
"I literally said I think Terence Crawford will beat Canelo, okay?" Stevenson stated confidently. He acknowledged that Canelo Alvarez has long emphasized the importance of weight classes, believing fighters perform best in their natural divisions. "Terence is at his weight class for a reason," Canelo noted, suggesting Crawford's best form is at 147 lbs. He also downplayed Crawford calling him out, saying, "Everyone wants to fight me." Floyd Mayweather also weighed in, reflecting on his own fight against Canelo.
You know, Canelo said that because when Canelo fought me, he was in his prime. And when I fought, I was an old man. So I wasn't in my prime when I fought Canelo. You know, I was an old man when I fought Canelo. Just like this right here. Young guy, even though I'm old, I got a lot of experience. I'm going to go out there and just show him that this is the elite level.
Mayweather reminded fans, "I was like 40 years old when I cooked this dude," implying that Canelo isn't as unbeatable as some believe. Meanwhile, Canelo shrugged off Crawford's call-out, stating he's open to fights that make sense for his legacy. "If the money is right, I'm in," he added, but admitted he isn't a fan of Crawford's movement-heavy style, calling it boring.
Crawford don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight. For me, easy money. So if the money is right, I'm in. Because, you know, I don't like to fight guys like Crawford because he move a lot and the fight is not that great. I saw Crawford the last fight and he don't move that much now. So if the money is right, I mean, why not?
How you think he did at that weight, at 154? How you think Crawford did?
You know, they are a weight class for a reason, and you need to ask him. It's different. I know in his mind he think he can do whatever he wants because he's very talented fighter. He's a very good fighter. I like how he fight, but that's why there are weight classes. And
Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, defended his fighter's resume, arguing that Crawford's dominance is what makes his opponents appear ordinary. "Crawford makes everybody look normal. That's his talent," Bomac said, expressing confidence in Crawford's ability.
Tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
like I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win uh, one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is. But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job. Spence, he did like almost look it very easy but I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult weighed in, calling Terence Crawford one of the greatest of all time. He expressed confidence that the weight gap wouldn't affect Crawford's ability to dominate in the ring.
Terence Crawford, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to you that they can break Terence Crawford's will, and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect for Canelo, but I've said this last couple of years. I've not been against Terence Crawford. There's nobody. You got to show me that you.
Mikey Garcia analyzed a potential Canelo versus Crawford fight, highlighting the challenges of weight and size. He noted that Canelo competes at 168 lbs, while Crawford has only recently moved up to 154. Canelo isn't dropping below 166 at most, Garcia stated, believing Canelo's power would give him the advantage.
What Crawford has to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just, like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason is money. He did say it's the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons, the more room.
Jake Paul weighed in on the potential fight, calling it intriguing because of the weight difference. He pointed out that fans have never seen Crawford compete at such a high weight, which adds to the curiosity surrounding the matchup.
Right, how do you see that playing out? I'm not a big fan of that, right? Matchmaking, because there too many weight classes that look apart. And although the skill, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. I called him yesterday when I met him up last night there at the dinner. I'm like, dude, you're a badass. Like, you've been the badass. You don't always get the recognition because of the, politics in boxing and the favoritism here and there. But he truly does have the skills, and he's a great fighter. He's proven it multiple times, obviously. Now, Canelo is, fighting at 158. Crawford just moved up to 154, and he has some trouble with that in that fight. Now, where do you plan on going? 164, 65, 66? Yeah. Canelo ain't gonna come down to 160. Yeah, and Canelo ain't gonna come down, maybe 166 max if he accepts. Yeah. I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size, power and size. Now, skill-wise, I think Crawford's a better skilled fighter, but the difference in size will be the deciding.
According to ESPN's Mike Coppinger, a Canelo versus Crawford fight could take place in September. There's also speculation about a major fight on Friday, May 2nd, potentially skipping Canelo's usual Cinco de Mayo weekend event. If true, Canelo could fight twice this year, with Crawford headlining the second bout. This possible schedule evokes memories of classic Friday night fights, adding a touch of nostalgia to modern boxing.
Give me your opinion on how that fight plays out.
It's interesting because of the weight class. We haven't seen Terence go up there, and will he have the power? But I do think that Terence has the skill and is a bit fresher than Canelo. So if I had to put my money on it, I would probably go with Terence.
I think Canelo destroys him.
Really?
I do.
Wow. I mean, but most people think that. They don't know.
I don't think
Canelo's
that
not
happens. I think,
that
I mean,
big.
Terence is just super talented at adjusting inside that ring. The weight will play a part. We'll see that when the fight happens, but I think that fight is going to be a lot more interesting than most people think.
Who was the hardest puncher you?
A boxing expert recently dismissed concerns about weight in a potential Canelo versus Crawford fight, stating, "If you accept the fight, get in there and fight." He emphasized that skill matters more than weight in determining the outcome.
Saturday, but do you feel like a fight like Terence Crawford? I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
You know, everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a weight classes for a reason. You know? I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and then you never know what happened.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on solo Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason is money. He did say it'll be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him test himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons for more room.
The potential Canelo versus Crawford fight has fans buzzing with excitement. The clash of styles and weight classes makes it one of boxing's most highly anticipated matchups. Some fans are so confident in their predictions that they're placing big bets. Boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult, for example, reportedly wagered $30,000 on the fight, underscoring the excitement and high stakes.
Projected odds that came out. One of the odds projectors say Canelo is opening up as the favorite, minus 130. Crawford is plus 100. That's damn near 50-50. Another one says Canelo Alvarez is the favorite, minus 185. Crawford is the underdog, only plus 55. Let me tell you something. If those are the odds on my booking come day one, I'm max betting Canelo Alvarez. I could give a damn. Y'all mean to tell me that y'all think it's 50-50? I'm going to empty my account on Canelo Alvarez. I don't have to bet KO, none of that shit. If y'all think it's that close, I'm going to empty my account. $30,000, I can give a shit. I'm about to come up. I was going to bet on Crawford thinking he'll be the huge